All right, hello everyone. Welcome to my channel. This channel is of educational origin, and we try to tune you in, turn you on to great theories and concepts and discoveries that you might not know about because they have been suppressed and they are not things that are in the mainstream but are way over on the margins and that require a great deal of digging to uncover um, not only physical, or research digging, but also digging into difficult concepts, but especially emotionally difficult subjects, things that will test your cherished beliefs and values. And this is a segment that we have. It's called Your Blind Side, which is for the truthers, diggers, anons, researchers out there who may be preoccupied with their current digs and uh, might not see the big picture. And the picture is big. The picture goes back to Adam and Eve. Actually, it goes back before Adam and Eve. And the Sumerian story starts, uh, well, it says 450,000 years BC. I don't know. But there was a lot of goings on here before these Anunnaki decided to create the humans in a stage of genetic experiments and also breeding. Uh, I won't say experiments, experiences uh, that created us. Now, everybody was ultimately created by our Creator, but we were directly created by the Anunnaki, and we called them God and Lord, but they were not. They are gods with the small g, meaning that they are more advanced than we are, and they're also a lot bigger than we are. Um, but they've got all kinds of issues of their own. They're not anything close to what we would think of as being God. Uh, and you can see all that in the Old Testament, the jealous and zealous and insecure and obsessive compulsive and um, vengeful and wrathful, angry um, God that is portrayed there, who also has a big addiction to smoking animal fat. Uh, if you think that's God, then you've got a warped idea of God. I would just say that. But, um, I think that is, uh, you know, gives you a bigger picture. Um, but I think the main issues are with Christianity as opposed to Judaism. Um, and that's a completely different testament of our Bible, but it is the New Testament. And the New Testament was written by the Romans, it was written by the Caesars. And, uh, as an anon digger, um, I literally cannot believe that all of you as a group like millions of you, have never done any research on this. None of you. It's like there's a trance. You're very much like the liberals. The liberals won't do the research. The liberals won't have the conversation. The liberals will just storm out of the room and use ad hominem attacks on you and refuse to talk to you because you're a racist or uh, but you guys do the same thing with Christianity. As soon as the word Jesus Christ is uttered, as soon as the Bible becomes the topic of conversation, you automatically get you know, into deferential mode. Like, oh, well, we've got to be deferential to this subject. We can't question this. This is something that is sacrosanct, and we can't talk about this in a negative way. And anybody who does that is a Satanist. So, it's the same thing. It's the same dynamic, and it's just as ignorant as what the leftists are doing with their TDS, you know? And so this group of people here who I would think better of, I would think that this wouldn't afflict us. And I believe that it's really unconscious and that if brought to your attention, I think that some of you people would correct this because I know that a lot of you do not believe in Christianity so hard that you would just get all deferential about it. I think that mainly you're just trying to you know, placate your friends who are more into it than you are, or kind of cover for yourself because you don't really know that much about it to start with, or um, you just don't want to make too many more waves. You're already making enough waves as it is from other side, and it's a team blue versus team red kind of thing, and team red protects the Christians, and you feel like you've been discriminated against, and all of that may be true, but the real identity that you have is that you are a truther, you are a digger, you're an anon. And what you do is you research everything that has, you know, um, that we have learned to accept. All the, you know, that's why they call you a conspiracy theorist, because you don't trust anything. You don't trust the origin of anything. But the one major exception is Christianity and the New Testament of the Bible. But it doesn't take that much research to figure out that the New Testament of the Bible was written by the Romans, by the Caesars of the Flavian dynasty in the late first century as a psychological operation against the Jews. Joseph Atwill, his book Caesar's Messiah, is a good place to start. The Flavian signature. And Michael Menescott's book, Christianity's Origin as a Flavian Secrecy Cult, lays out the case and presents powerful evidence against the existence of Jesus. And Josephus, the uh, ancient historian, so called, with a Jewish background, also provides very, very strong evidence against the existence of Jesus. And so, if you are a truther, you don't have to believe me. You just have to do the research yourself and determine it for yourself. But nobody will do that. So, it's deafening in the silence. Like, share, subscribe, comment, contribute, and share with your favorite truth or digger and um, researcher out there, and challenge them with this. And um, otherwise, thanks for tuning in today. And remember to watch your blind side.